Today is Monday, April 22nd, 2024. I wrote my PO supervision fee and a restitution today and put it in the mail. From Sunday evening to this early in the morning, I was in a state of trance. I was in a state of mind where a invocation occurred. That invocation is the deprivation of sleep and apartment issue, office issue, and work issue, and those issues started to plague my trading. I was funded with a funding traders with a 5K account. What I proceeded to do was dwindle down my challenges right off the bat with the 10K challenges from my funding traders. Two of them. One of them on an MT5 and one of them is Trade Locker, which left the funded account alone for a while. Then I proceeded to blow up the funding pips account challenges and also the Mavern funding challenges. And what was left over after the aftermath was I had two funding pips challenges, but they were severely drawn down. So I also had two Mavern funding challenges that were severely dwindled down. Then I proceeded to trade my funded account and proceeded to trade until wee hours in the morning. And of course, I dwindled it down to failing the funded account, and I will not be able to get a refund or a payout on this time around. And I thought to myself, after everything is over and the chips were laid and all the emotions have been extinguished, the adrenaline and the mental state of mind has been abruptly interrupted by the end of session, as though in poker on a final table there is a two individuals decide to determine all in. And these two individuals are all in. One of them covers the other. And if the one who is being covered loses, then he has to stand up and the chair becomes empty. And his state of mind, while in an intense calculation mode, mental game playing and adjusting and strategizing, comes to an abrupt and sudden end. And sanity sets in. Peace and tranquility sets in. And what I've noticed is that after I lost the challenge, I thought to myself, how could I be so foolish? But it just happens. That's what happens. When I was in Arizona, I used to work for a company, and I know this. He's a director now of engineering. And he told me this in an email response. He says, Key, you're extremely, what's the word? Resilient. In day trading, you have to be incredibly resilient. So now I look forward to, I will count it though. I will count the funded account as a check mark in my ladder of progression towards getting to the 200K. This time around, I have re-strategized to determine what is important and move on from there. And therefore, when I buy a higher increment amount, which costs more, then I will have less chance of blowing up the account. And it allows me to pass. It may take a little longer because I'm being more safety-minded, but I will be, and I will use better strategies, become smarter at what I do when I'm taking on these challenges. So what I boil it down to is there is this inner child that has come out to play, and I cannot throttle it down despite the fact that look, you can't play in the streets. There's semi trucks running by and by. That's why they created Pet Cemetery. Okay. So there's this inner child that wants to keep playing and playing and playing, playing and playing until the music stops. And I could hear the music essentially just stopped. Music stopped. And I can hear silence. And I began to see that I was tired. And after I lost my funded account, I decided to go home, take a nap. I came in, the office manager said, "Hey, I thought you ditched me." I said, "Well, I had to get some sleep." Okay, this week I will not get paid. Okay, next week I will get paid. But I have to pay all the bills with that payment. So the couple more weeks later, then I'll have some funds to get something going. Then I'll have my tax returns, and maybe Rise Funding. They stated that they don't accept U.S. Citizens in their platform, so they said that they're gonna fully reimburse me. But I have not seen a single penny yet, so we'll see. And the IRS is supposed to. There's two backlog of tax returns that I did, and these two returns they have been delaying it for weeks. Apparently, there's a identification that I had to do, which I did, but they said that it takes about 10 weeks to process that. Okay, so 22 tax return, they held it because they wanted to verify my identity. So I had to wait until May, end of May, before I receive my tax refund, if I ever do. And then I have to file my 2022 tax return, and then get that funds later. I don't know when that's going to get here. But I am now staged to progress to essentially fully fund my 50K and possibly a 100K challenges with these three trading platforms: Funding Traders, Funding Pips, and Mavern Trading. These are the three low-cost platforms that I will use. I will progressively increment up the staircase of platform challenges until I get to $200,000. And that $200,000, the payout will be a substantial, life-changing amount.